How's it? My name is Andre Vitamin to my brothers. My mission is to disciple men to have a daily word and prayer time and to inspire them to return to the old school values of respect, honor, loyalty, chivalry, and love. For of these, love is the greatest. For if I have not love, I am but a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. And this is your weekly vitamin.
Morning everybody, how's it everybody? This is your weekly vitamin. I have nothing of earth-shattering importance to speak about today. I'm just happy to be out on the motorbike again. It's been so hot lately. It has really been hot and sweaty and humid. So this morning I came out a bit earlier, and although it's already starting to warm up, it's not quite that humid yet. So we shall do a little bit of riding. Strange, my camera didn't want to switch on then. Very weird. Anyway, let's go for a ride. Everybody's on a Sunday afternoon drive today. Oh, let's go see if the hog is meeting today. I'm not going to ride with them because they ride very slowly. I have a bunch of friends there. I wonder if they're meeting today. Oh, no, nothing. They're closed. Maybe I'm too early or too late. Either way. Maybe with the COVID-19 restrictions we still we can't even gather as a motorcycle group. What the hell? I don't know. I don't understand this sometimes. But I know I said I didn't have anything of earth-shattering importance to say. Nothing I ever say is of earth-shattering importance. But I did want to do a bit of I feel like I need to do a bit of a follow-up on my video last week about Black Lives Matter. And I wanted to clarify, when I say Black Lives Matter, I don't mean the movement. I done some research into Black Lives Matter itself, and yeah, I'm not going to besmirch someone, but I don't think that is an organization that's actually even worried about any lives that matter. They only get involved, I feel, to cause division. To me, it feels like Black Lives Matter, the movement, doesn't want unity. So that is all I'm going to say on that. When I talk about Black Lives Matter, I'm actually talking about real black lives, white lives, Asian, pink, purple, green lives matter. If one of those lives in that color spectrum is being treated differently than any other, everybody needs to focus on that group and say, no guys, you know what, you're part of the human race just like we are, and if you are being treated differently because of the color of your skin, which is just basically the amount of melatonin that you have, that shouldn't be, that cannot be, it should change, and we should all get involved. I'm a small government type of guy. I'm not a US citizen, so I am neither Democrat nor Republican. I am neither left wing or right wing. I'm just me. I grew up in a country that was ripped apart by systematic racism, so I know what it looks like. I know what signs look like saying Ni blancos blancos, which means non-whites, whites only. But I am a Christian, so I do believe that we as human beings are capable of the most horrendous acts of inhumanity to each other. I've seen it firsthand. But there is hope. The hope that the cross offers. The cross. Jesus didn't die for one person. Jesus didn't rise for one color group. He came once for all. All doesn't mean this certain person. All doesn't mean this person who looks this way. All means all. Oh boy. I have a suspicion that man's rings are not doing too well. Okay. So, I am not affiliated to any movement. Definitely not Black Lives Matter movement. But I stand for the human race, every single one of us. All of us matter. And by saying all of us matter, doesn't mean I'm trying to say if all of us matter, Black Lives Matter, of course they do. And at this point they feel, rightly or wrongly, that they are facing problems and they are facing issues, and that needs to be listened to, that needs to be addressed. If there's a real issue, it needs to be addressed. Now, I can't affect policy in any country. I'm a guest in the country that I'm in, so I can't affect any policy. What I can do is look at myself and say, do I understand what's going on here? And if I don't, I should find out. And if I see or hear something that is counter to what God wants us to live like, I should speak out. I'm not here to judge, but I am here to stand as a reflection of Christ's light. And if I read what the Lord did in his time on earth, he didn't care what people looked like. He didn't care what people had done. There was a woman that he met at a well, a Samaritan woman that he met at a well. Now back in his day, Jews did not speak to Samaritans. I suppose you could kind of say there was a bit of maybe a race hatred between the two. But what did Jesus do? He spoke to her. He knew her. He told her, go sin no more. She was not only a Samaritan, but if I'm reading the story correctly, she was a prostitute. Oh, not a prostitute, she had had many, many husbands. What? He didn't condemn her. He didn't hate her. He came to save her. So we need to emulate that. Human institutions are by nature imperfect. There will be a government one day that is a perfect government. You know, in our Bible study this week, we were in Acts chapter 2, the last I think 12 verses of Acts chapter 2, where there's a beautiful description of the early church. How they ate together, they stayed together, they shared together. No one was in charge. They just had a common goal. Some were teachers, some were carers. Each one had his gifts and he used them. And they lived in unity. We'll go back to that one day. But until that day, we as Christians should be unified. And we should be the first ones that speak out against injustice. And we should be the first ones that offer the hand of friendship to everybody. So, I'll end this little talk with the words of a man I love dearly. I love you all, and there's nothing you can do about it. This is Vitamin Out. Peace, brothers.
Hello, if you liked the video, please do me a solid and subscribe, like, and share. Thank you, and God bless.